Imagine this, a multi-billion-dollar stealth jet flies over your airspace, and your defense system says, "I see nothing." It's not that it's invisible, but it's designed to baffle, deflect, and vanish from traditional radar. Now consider this twist. What if we could detect the disturbance it leaves in its wake, instead of attempting to see the aircraft directly? Using simple radio signals, inexpensive sensors, and real-time artificial intelligence, we don't pursue the object. We detect the anomalies in the environment. We don't chase the object. We detect the anomalies in the environment. So how does this actually work, you may ask? Well, let's dive into the nitty-gritty. The process begins with the collection of signals from various sources: FM radio, VHF frequencies, and even low-end satellite signals. These signals are always around us, like invisible Wi-Fi in the sky. We then feed these signals into a digital oscilloscope, a type of electronic test instrument that graphically displays varying signal voltages, or in simpler terms, a very fast listener that converts signals into data. But here is where the magic happens. We don't just listen, we compare. We examine the original signal against the reflected or disturbed signal. Even a stealth aircraft, as elusive as it may be, can't perfectly hide from the tiny Doppler shifts, phase distortions, or micro-signal delays. On their own, these factors might seem almost meaningless. But when combined with artificial intelligence, they reveal a whole new world of possibilities. Our AI models, like convolutional neural networks and sequence models, don't just listen, they analyze. They scrutinize spectrograms, signal entropy, and temporal changes. Instead of pinpointing an exact target, they detect anomalies. They tell us, well, something unusual is moving over there. It's not a perfect system, but it's good enough to get our attention. It's good enough to raise an eyebrow. So we don't chase the object. We don't try to see the aircraft directly. Instead, we detect the disturbances it leaves behind in the environment. It's like trying to see the wind. You can't see it directly, but you can see the trees moving. This is the power of AI in stealth detection. It's not about seeing the invisible. It's about understanding the disruptions in the environment and using them to our advantage. In the end, it's not about perfection. It's about making the invisible visible and the undetectable detectable. It's about using AI to reveal what's hidden in plain sight. Not perfect, but good enough to raise an eyebrow. Now, before we get too excited, let's ground ourselves in the realities of this system. It's not a Hollywood-inspired contraption that confidently declares, "Target locked, fire everything." In reality, it's more like, there's a 78% chance something peculiar is flying. Somewhere in that general direction. When it comes to accuracy, with just one sensor, we're looking at a 40 to 60% success rate. But when we combine multiple sensors with the power of artificial intelligence, we can ramp up to an 80 to 90% detection probability. However, let's not forget about location precision. We're still talking about a range in kilometers, not pinpoint accuracy in meters. Why, you might ask? Well, it's because signals have a habit of bouncing all over the place, especially in urban areas. Stealth technology is designed to reduce reflection strength, and the synchronization between sensors isn't always perfect. So, what's the real value of this system? It's not precise targeting, nor is it instant interception. The true value lies in early awareness, because stealth doesn't need to be fully invisible. It just needs to be uncertain enough. Once you reduce that uncertainty, you reduce its strategic advantage. And in the grand scheme of things, that can make all the difference in the world. In the Middle East do that, using finishing with searching hot turbine engine.